Welcome back. Another episode of Watch and Shoes. The watch is Invicta Man of War with the African meteorite face dial, automatic, chronograph, screw down crown, carbon fiber case body, silicone wristband, waterproof, I believe 1,000 meters. Haven't looked into the waterproof in a while. I believe it's 1,000 meters though. And a day date. I don't think I've been mentioning that has day date. So, Alright, here we are with the basketball, football, leather, Wolverine shoe. It's brogued. It's got a lot of broguing, cool design, wingtip, full pieces of leather. Sometimes when you see wingtip shoes or layered leather shoes, they go to the inside of the shoe and they'll be cut here because they didn't want to use a full piece of leather. That's one way I use to determine whether I'm looking at a quality shoe or not. If they cut the leather here and didn't want to just use one full piece of leather, then I don't consider it a quality shoe. It could be a quality shoe, but I think that's a shortcut that I'm not willing to accept. So this one does not do that. They use full pieces of leather for the shoe. The heel is one full piece of leather. Then this side panel is one piece of leather. They've got a long pull tab to hide a stitch that goes down in the back. And this is one full piece of leather. This pull tab hides this, probably does not go all the way around, but I actually like in a shoe for that to be the case. Let's see if I can find a shoe as an example. Not going to be that one. I don't have any. We could pull this one back up, but you can see the leather starts here, goes around, no stitch, goes around to there. So if the leather's on this side and it goes to this side, there's usually one stitch in the middle, as was the case there. You see that stitch? But this one is one whole piece of leather. This one is one piece of leather. This is one piece of leather. So I definitely like to see as much full pieces of leather as possible. I don't have very many dress shoes here. Typically that's where I want to see the cut in the leather in the heel section. And this one does a great job of hiding that cut with the pull tab. But this leather, it's hidden also. It probably stops right there and doesn't go all the way around. If they manage to pull that off, kudos to that company. I'm looking around feverishly and I don't see any of my dress shoes that I can show you what I'm talking about on that. This one, Allen Edmonds blocks you from seeing. They use this piece of leather here and a completely separate piece of leather there. And I'm not able to see if this is one full piece of leather here. It comes all the way up one solid piece. It comes all the way up on this side, one solid piece connects in the back. Some of these shoes actually go all the way around. There's a shoe that has no slice there. Just one piece of leather. But not able to actually find in my little collection here of shoes a shoe that goes all the way around. Nope, I don't have it on hand. So some go all the way around and give you a full piece of leather there. This shoe is waterproof up to here. It actually has webbing. It only stops here though for some strange reason. Um, this was a winter boot for me, especially when I wanted to wear really thick socks because this is pretty thin leather. I think it's actually more of a summer boot, but when I wanted to wear really thick socks, I pulled this boot out. Not really good for rain or any kind of conditions like that. It has a decent welt here. I think Goodyear welt. You can see the stitching done by Wolverine. You might not be able to see the stitching because the shoe was worn, so there is some accumulation of dust in here. But it looks to be a resolable shoe. And this is foam, not rubber, but foam. Or it's a very good cross between foam and rubber because it's really, honestly, it feels like extremely dense foam. It moves too much to me to be rubber. It moves like a very dense foam. I think they were going for the comfort on this shoe and some class with the broguing and the wingtips. They wanted you to have class, comfort, relatively lightweight. You can see the thickness there of the change up in colors. That thick part is leather, so it's not completely light. Anytime you have a thick leather sole, you're going to have some weight. So it's just an in-between shoe of a bunch of in-between things. I put the shoelaces in, of course. They've got Wolverine written on their eyelets. Made in Mexico. Unlike a lot of people being trained in the U.S. to not like Mexico, I actually loved visiting Mexico. I had no racial issues with the Mexican people, like you do in the U.S. every day. So they can train and teach on that TV all they want not to like Mexico. It falls off my back like I'm wearing a waterproof jacket. Beautiful shoe. Very well crafted. I have no problems whatsoever with this shoe. It serves the purpose. Doesn't matter what color jeans you want to wear. If you wanted to wear slacks, you can pull it off. Obviously, you want to change those shoelaces unless they match your slacks. But yeah, just an extremely flexible shoe. And I was calling myself the Broguing King at one time, Mr. Brogue, or something to that effect. And that shoe helped fill out that role of, wow, everything you put on is brogued. Wing-tipped and brogued. But, so I had a lot of fun with that shoe. This is another episode of Watch and Shoes. This is a Wolverine shoe. This is a Invicta Man of War watch. I hope you enjoyed watching.